are looking at books, and I am joined by writer and poet Munashe. Munashe, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
Good. So Andy tried to be clever and like, oh, I'm a poet, and I didn't know it. At what point did you know you were a poet?
I think when I was around Form 2.
Form 2. What happened?
So I was a very emotional kid growing up. So at times I didn't know how to process that. And then something happened which just triggered me to write something. So I didn't have any form. I just took my phone out and I typed. And then I realized, oh.
I already know which generation you're from, took my phone out. Yeah. The rest of us were pen and paper, Munashe. Okay, so you put this down, and then what happened after that?
After that, I realized, well, this is a good way to process my emotions and, deal with everyday life. So since then, I've been writing.
Okay. Did you take literature by any chance?
Yeah, I did literature.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
So as you were discovering this side of yourself, what part did your education then play in shaping the poet that you eventually became?
My education played a very critical role in how I became or how I came to be a poet. Because I remember I had a literature teacher, Mr. Shura. He was always forcing me to, write free verse poetry for him. So then he wanted me to do arts at A-level. Well, that didn't pan out because my parents wanted me to do sciences.
Right.
But then, well, here we are.
Right.
I'm back in the arts again.
You always find your way back to what you're passionate about, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
So you're part of this anthology, which is In the Fullness of Time, an anthology of Zimbabwean poems. How did you become part of this collective of creatives?
Okay, so what happened is during attachment, we were celebrating Africa Day at the company I was attached. So the HR knew I was into poetry. So she was like,
why, was it in your CV as under hobbies?
No,
poetry?
she was very engaging, so you would have those type of conversations with her.
Yeah.
So then she was like, Munashe, write a poem for us on Africa Day. So after I wrote the poem about Africa Day, she said, you know what? We have to publish. That's when my friend, Takuzwa Masapa, linked me with Audrey Chirenje. And then we have been in contact since. So then she apped me and she's like, Munashe, you're a good writer. Why haven't you published? We've got this anthology coming up. I need you to be a part of it. Do you want to be a part of it? I said, yes, well, I want to be published. Sure, let me, So that's how I got to be here. Thanks very much to Audrey Chirenje and Chances Inc.
I love it. What had held you back before? Why hadn't you published? I think that was an important question.
The truth is fear of the unknown. You don't know how it's going to turn out. So sometimes you don't want to be alone. So now you're part of like a head. Your poems are in there, but then you'll be being covered by other poets. So it feels like, you're safe.
You're right.
If my poems are not good, someone in there has got good poems.
Do you think your poems are not good?
No, I think they're good.
Okay.
But I don't know what people would think about it.
Okay. And I feel as though, just that train of thought that you have, that fear of the unknown, fear of standing on your own is not just unique to you. It's probably something a lot of writers and poets experience on a day-to-day. Why do you think that this is how you would feel about the audience and their reception?
Well, I believe there is, you just believe that in Zimbabwe people don't read. That's what we're told. That's what we're made to believe. But after publishing this book, I feel like Zimbabwe is ready to read. So I think I can encourage other poets out there to publish because the audience is ready for the work. So I think that is it.
And how important is it for these collectives to come together, to have spaces where you feel safe as a creative to just express yourself and know that, look, even if I'm not at my peak or I'm not at my best, I have that safety net of people around me who will help to guide me, shape me, and push me forward to be the best that I can be?
Okay, so there's this favorite quote that I love. It says, it takes a village. So it takes a village to shape you into who you want to become. And that group of collectives became my village. It became my safe space where I would maybe push out my idea and say, this is what I think I want to write about. And people would say, no, I think you should do A, B, C, D, E. So it helps you into becoming a better writer and a better person, all in all.
Tell us just briefly about the narrative of the poem that you submit, the poems, because it's more than one, isn't it? Yeah, tell us briefly about the narratives that that shaped your poems in this anthology?
So in this anthology, I wanted to show Zimbabwe that I'm not a one-trick pony. So I sent 5 different poems. So one of them is called Kiss Before You Open. It's a love letter.
Oh, that makes me feel like a teenager.
You see, there is Kiss Before You Open, and then there is Roses When I Go. There is Roses When I Go is about how people want to appreciate you when you're gone. So I was saying, when I'm gone, I don't want you to sing for me. Just give me roses for their prickly thorns, because you didn't get close to me when I was alive.
Right.
Why do you want to get close to me now? Appreciate me when I'm here.
Wow, wow. And I think that's a cry that a lot of the creative industry is saying, look, don't wait for us to go. Can you appreciate us while you have the chance to appreciate us, while we can have that interaction? And look, I'm so happy that you are part of this. And I'm hoping that this has broken you out of that shell of fear. What are we looking forward to in 2024 as your audience?
Okay, so in 2024, I've been writing since Form 2, as I mentioned earlier. So I probably have over 80 written poems.
Wow.
Over 80 written poems during the course of the years. I've just been writing, poetry is social commentary. You witness, you see something, you get into these conversations that provoke you to write. So I've been writing. Every time I see something that interests me or that piques my interest, I take out my phone and then I type it down, and then, So I've got poems that I've written. So something is coming up with Chances Incorporated.
Okay, we're looking forward to that in 2024. Munashe, thank you so much for sitting down with us this morning.